Hey everyone. For this month and this series of Wellness Weekly, we've been talking about peace. The peace that Jesus offers us and the ways in which we can cultivate peace in our lives and be people of peace in this world. As I've been thinking about this topic, one of the questions that has kept rising to the surface for me is how do we find peace and live with peace during conflict? As much as we may wish that conflict would just evaporate from our lives and from our world, the reality is, we know this, it will not. Conflict exists. And I think we have to learn how to find peace during it. One of the things that I think is important to mention from the outset is that living with peace does not mean ignoring conflict or pretending it doesn't exist. Instead, practicing peace means staying grounded in our values, continuing to be aware of God's presence, and staying emotionally steady even when tensions are high. When we look to Jesus and his life, we know he faced conflict frequently, and yet he embodied peace everywhere he went. Jesus modeled peace for us in conflict by being compassionate and patient and understanding and always leading with both truth and love. To live with peace during times of conflict, I think we first have to remember to stay connected to God. We have to remind ourselves of God's peace and our values. And I think this takes a good dose of humility because being a person of peace requires us to listen more than we speak. We have to be willing to sit and hear another's opinions, even if we disagree. Practicing peace means prioritizing sharing our love over sharing how we think we may be right. In other words, we have to separate a person from a problem. We can believe that something is wrong without dehumanizing or devaluing another person. And that is what Jesus has modeled for us. There is this ability that we can cultivate to hold truth and love together and at the same time. Jesus was never afraid to stand up for what he knew was right. And yet he did so in a gentle and loving and compassionate way. Peace during conflict is not the absence of tension. It's the presence of wisdom and compassion and humility and an awareness of God in the middle of it. So here's my word to you. Don't lose heart. I know there is conflict all around us. But even in conflict, peace is still possible. I'll see you next week.